omni-channel. So able to trade no matter what is going on. So if you can open your store, you want to be able to open your store, and we provide solutions for that. But in a world where you couldn't open your store, where you were starting to do deliveries, and when you were starting to offer a bunch of other services, as a small business owner, you had a lot of challenges ahead of you. And one of those challenges was, how do you get access to a simple payment gateway as quickly as possible? And I think this was something that we saw as a big issue in the market. Long delays, solutions that weren't necessarily as effective as they could be for small business owners. And I think that change really meant that as a company, we had to respond. We'd been working on our online payment gateway in the background, but we hadn't planned to release it at the time when we did. But it just felt like we needed to move quicker and get things live and just offer the market what the market needed effectively, and just support small business owners at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, the landscape was really shifting for small businesses, and they really needed to adapt to new realities and like the challenges that small businesses were facing. How did Yoco respond to the challenges and the changes that were happening and the new realities that a lot of entrepreneurs were facing?
So we focused on launching a couple of products designed to service different small business needs. The first was what we call Pay by Link, which is really for small business owners who don't have any kind of e-commerce that they're trying to do, but are literally just trying to send a very simple sort of invoice to a customer so that customer can pay them. So that was like the first thing that we launched at the start of the pandemic. And that really helped people who were trying to offer delivery services and support other types of ad hoc payments that were mobile initiated, but ultimately allowed the customer to pay online. So this was like useful for WhatsApp payments as well as for Facebook and other channels. The next step from there is we realized that with the growth in e-commerce, we wanted to make sure that customers had an easy way to take payments in the sort of e-commerce space. And the first thing we did there was launch a plugin that worked with WooCommerce as well as WordPress. And this could be easily integrated into the website of a customer, so they could start accepting e-commerce payments immediately. So those are sort of the first things that we did to respond.
Yeah. Speaking of e-commerce platforms, I know there's a lot of different platforms available to small businesses that want to get online and start to transact in that way. What e-commerce platforms does Yoco integrate with right now?
So we focused on what we see as the top platforms in South Africa today. So first of all, we did WooCommerce and WordPress, and this allows you to have a lot of customization on your website. Obviously, you typically have to work with a developer, and hopefully some of those developers are on the call today. But our plugin integrates with both WooCommerce and WordPress, and I think that's really, really great, and allows small business owners to have a really custom website experience. The next plugin we launched was ShopStar. So ShopStar is a local e-commerce player, South Africa built, and we offer our payment gateway plugin, and it's available for ShopStar as well. We recently also launched Wix. So Wix is one of the other really big platforms in South Africa, and this is really built for sort of a no-code environment effectively. So Wix is really about putting your site together without necessarily being a developer yourself. And I think there's also, it's really great that we're able to offer something for those who aren't developers or those who aren't necessarily at the stage where they want to hire a developer to build them something custom. So that's been really great. And then the last thing we've done is just really open up our entire SDK. So we've recently made it available on developers.yoco.com. And this means that, regardless of what you're building, whether it's, your own custom solution where you want to offer online payments, or you're building something for a client, we now have something available that you can use. So that's developers.yoco.com. And then, of course, the one that we always will probably get asked about is Shopify, and we do not currently offer Shopify. And the main reason for this is that, Shopify is at the moment put a hold on taking on new providers. So we've been applying a bit of pressure to make sure that Yoco is on top of that list, because we just have a lot of customers saying, look, I want Yoco on my Shopify, and this is something that we've made Shopify aware of. So that's something we're actively working on to actually get live.
That's amazing. So, I mean, it's really important to understand, why should anyone, who wants to start or grow an online store or online platform use Yoco? Why is it the best?
Yeah. So look, we built our gateway to solve a couple of really problems that we think just are hampering the market in South Africa. So the first one was just setup. So we've really tried to make the setup as simple as possible. So you follow the standard Yoco sign up process. Instead of choosing a card machine, you'll choose online payments, or you can choose both. It's up to you which way you want to do it. And at that point, our sign-up process typically takes less than 5 minutes if you have all the right information. And thereafter, when you go into your portal, we've made the keys available and you can start processing live transactions. So really, we've simplified the process right down to that. We give you your keys, which you can load into WooCommerce, into WordPress, into Shopstar, into Wix, into the SDK, etc. straight away. The next thing for us was really just creating a better experience. And not for you as a business, but for the customers that you're selling to. So obviously the setup really makes it simple, and that's the experience that you experience as a business. But at the end of the day, your customers are trying to process a payment on your website. And I think the key part there is on your website. They don't want to be redirected to some other website. And this is really where we focused on the experience of making sure that the way Yoco's payments work, the customer doesn't leave your website during the payment process. Everything happens on your website. We obviously pop up some stuff over your website, but with your website behind it, that allows people to stay on the website. The URL is not changing. What we found that this does is it makes the customers more likely to complete the checkout process, which means you actually, end of the day, get more sales. So that's obviously really important from an experience standpoint. The next thing was we were hearing from the market that the way that payouts work is not great. Lots of delays, time to get your money, not enough automation. So we've automated payouts. So we do a payout every single day if you've transacted, in the previous period. So automated daily payouts. So you don't forget that you have money sitting on the platform. So I think that's been really good. And then on top of that, I think because that pop-up has the Yoco branding, we found that this creates familiarity and trust. And for small businesses, this is extremely important because customers want to see something where they go, I feel comfortable putting my card in here. And we've done a lot of work to get our brand in front of customers. So now the same brand that customers are seeing on card machines, they're now seeing on your website. And this obviously drives a lot of trust and makes it really easy for customers, to use the solution. But to be honest, Vash, instead of telling you all of the things and all the reasons why it's better, I think the best way is to actually ask Katie to actually come on board and actually show how all of this translates and works. So, if Katie's ready to jump on board, I think that's probably the easiest option instead of me just whiling away about this.
Absolutely. Cool. Katie, please take it away.
Thanks, Lindy. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'll just be walking you through or showing you two simple presentations I prepared, which will show you how simple and easy it is to get your website up and running. We'll start with the WooCommerce WordPress one first, and then we'll head over for some Q&A. So please feel free to ask anything. If nothing's clear or if you want something explained in more detail, go for it. And then we'll do the same thing with our Wix presentation. So I'm just going to show you how simple and easy it is to get your WordPress WooCommerce website up and running.
To activate Yoco Payments on your WordPress WooCommerce website. In just a couple of steps, you can be up and running and having your customers paying you on your online web store. Head over to your dashboard. We're going to be looking for the plugin menu on the left-hand side here. We're wanting to add a new plugin, so we're going to be selecting Add New. And here we're going to be searching under the keyword search for Yoco. Once the plugin has been found, we're going to click on Install Now. And then on successful installation of the plugin, we're going to click on Activate. At this point now at the bottom, you'll see that the Yoco Payment Gateway has indeed been activated. We now need to link it to your Yoco merchant account. So we're going to click on the settings. And at this point, we have the option of using a live or test keys. For our merchants who are new to Yoco or encourage them to do a test transaction first. So in order to do that, they click on Test Mode. And in order to find your test keys, you need to head back over to your Yoco Business portal. Here, under the Sell Online menu, you'll find Payment Gateway, where you'll see all your related information. There's also shortcuts to WooCommerce, Wix, and developer integration should you wish to pursue one of the other options too. So here we're now going to copy the test public key. And we're going to paste it into our test public key field. Similarly, we're going to do the same with the test secret key. And then we're pasting that into the secret key field. And I'm going to save the changes. And the dashboard's now going to confirm we're in test mode. To carry out a quick test transaction, we can now head back over to our website. So we switch over to our site view, and we can order something simple. So we can be ordering a beanie, and we are now going to proceed to checkout. Let's just take that one off. For those of you who are not comfortable paying with your own credit card, when testing, we have a test card you can use. So in your Yoco business portal, if you scroll down a bit, you'll see test card information you can use for testing purposes. This results in no charges being taken off anyone's account or being paid into a Yoco merchant account. So we're going to go pay for this with our test card information. And there you'll see our order has been processed successfully. Right, great. Now that's done, we need to go and do a live test. So we're going to head back to the dashboard, back to our plugin menu, and we're now going to be looking for our installed plugins. At this point, we're going to go back to our settings page. And we now want to change to live mode. So we're going to select live instead. And here we need to go back to the business portal and now look for the live public and live secret key. We're going to be copying that. Same with the secret key. And saving changes. Great. Now as you can see, the test mode has been removed here as well. So we head back over to our store. We'll buy a different beanie for the sake of variety. Add to cart, view cart. Okay, at this point, I'm going to say 1. And we're going to proceed to checkout. Again, as you can see, the Yoco payment option is sitting here. We're now going to place our order. We're waiting for the payment to complete for our live transaction. There we go. And our first live order is complete. Boom. If you want to go check this in your Yoco account, you can head over to your business portal. And moving up the menu from your Sell Online menu, you can go to Sales and Refunds. Here you can either see an instant view of your transactions for the day, or you can head over to your sales history report, where you'll get a breakdown per transaction of who's paid what on the website. You look on the particular order and you can see when it was paid, the card used, and what order number. I hope this has been useful for you. If you have any questions or need more information or want another step-by-step user guide, you can also head over to our online payments help section, where you'll find a variety of articles relating to all the possible integrations you could want. Good luck and happy transacting.
Cool. So that just shows you how simple and easy it is to get your WordPress store sorted. Does anyone have any questions they'd like answering? Dawn, just in response to your question about the keys, once you've saved them once in test and live mode, they'll be retained and remembered in future. So if you do toggle on and off, the keys will be automatically displayed again.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Cool. So guys, it's very open floor to really learn a lot more about how to use this and like how it works as well. So please ask questions. It will be really, really great just to have Katie answer your questions and really help you be able to understand how best to use this. Katie, just from my own perspective, how much harder or could it be to do this myself versus say a developer? How open is it for anyone to really learn how to do this themselves?
It's really simple. Like I showed you, it's no more complicated than the demo, and I went step by step through test keys as well. If you're confident, you can jump straight into your live transacting. But it is so simple. It's really hard to go wrong. I think the biggest thing is just jumping to your business portal, find your keys, which we've also made a whole lot easier for new merchants. If you sign up for the first time, we've got a shortcut for your API keys on the actual landing page. And for our existing merchants, they can redirect to their online payment gateway menu. But other than that, it literally took me, I think, 6 minutes all in to set up my payment gateway on my test website.
Yeah. That's really great. I think it really matters that anyone can really do this, and like learning from even this video. So you can share this, and you can also click the sort of button right at the bottom of your screen, which shows you, that leads you directly to the Yoco Payment Gateway, and you can actually have a look from there. So we have a question here from Tobbs, who said, do I need to have a merchant account?
Yes. So you need the Yoco merchant account in order for us to be able to give you your API keys. And also that will help make sure the money from your website gets processed through your Yoco merchant account.
Yeah.
So yes, you do.
A second one, can I receive payments even from overseas?
Yes, you can, most certainly. The biggest thing there is that your client will have the transaction processed in his or her local currency, but the payment will come off in rands, and the deduction will be taken off their banking account at the exchange rate of the day, or the daily exchange rate when the payment is processed. So you most certainly can have international clients using your website.
Cool. Thank you so much. And then another one from Inge, who says, is there any yearly renewal payment for the plugin, or are you only payment per transaction?
Yeah, no, there's no hidden costs with using the payment gateway. We literally just have the transaction fee, which is 3.4% excluding that. That can be tiered down based on the amount you transact. So the more you transact, the more chance you have of your rates being reduced over time. But yeah, there's no monthly costs, there's no renewal fees, it's totally free. It's just literally the transaction fee you pay for, which is super cool.
Yeah, that's super cool. So there's a question here from Natalie on Crowdcast, and they said, what percentage of transactions goes to Yoco?
I'm assuming that's similar to what I just answered. So we literally take the 3.4% X that transaction fee. Nothing else. The rest goes to you, and there are no monthly costs.
Okay, cool. I think those are the questions we have right now, so we can go into the second part of the demo.
Awesome. Thanks for asking all the questions, guys. I really appreciate it.
Cool.
Okay,
let's keep asking questions, guys.
Yeah, please do. I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you the Wix demo. It's a much shorter version. I've skipped doing the whole test transaction because I'm sure you now understand how that works. And again, although it's a very different platform, you'll see it's as easy and simple as WordPress and WooCommerce. So I'm just going to set up my screen share. Give me 1 second.
In this demo, we're going to show you how to activate Yoco Payments on your Wix website. In order to do this, you need to open up your Wix dashboard and head down to your settings section in the menu. Here we're going to look for our e-commerce and finance section, and we're going to look for the accept payments option. We're going to select this, and we're going to look to add Yoco as a payment method. We click on payment method, and we scroll down until we find Yoco. We select it and add. Great, that's been added. We now need to set up the account in order to activate it. So we're going to click on Set Up Account. And we're going to say create connect existing account. Here again now, it's going to prompt us for our public and our secret key. In order to find this, you need to head over to your business portal. You're going to pop over to the Yoco business portal. We're going to look for this online settings in the menu, and we're going to look for the payment gateway page. Here, anything related to the payment gateway is displayed, be it information about the various integrations we currently have, or information about your unique public and secret keys. We want to run a test transaction, so we're going to copy the public key. In this step, we're going to show you how to activate Yoco Payments on your Wix website. In order to do this, you need to open up your Wix dashboard and head down to your settings section in the menu.
Sorry guys, there's a bit of a technical glitch there. Just bear with me 1 second and I'll...
We want to run a test transaction, so we're going to copy the public key. The secret key, we're going to copy that, paste it in here, save, connect account. Great. Now we're going to head over to our Yoco, our Wix store, and we're going to order something. We're going to order a classic basket, and we're going to add to our cart. Right, we want to check out. Just quickly add some information. And continue. It's free shipping at this point. We want to. You now see we have the option to pay via Yoco. We select that and we continue. For the sake of testing, we're going to be using test card information. So back to your business portal, you'll see we've actually provided you with test card information. So here on the payment gateway screen, you'll see the test card expiry date and CVV number you can use for this purpose. And there we go, your first successful test transaction has happened. Now, in order to do a live test, we head back to your Wix dashboard and we manage the account. Now we want to swap the public, the test and live keys around. So we're going to delete these. We're going to go back to our business portal and we're going to find our live public and secret keys. We're going to copy the public key. Paste that, and similarly, we're going to do the same with our live secret key. We're going to copy that and paste that. We're going to save that. Now we're good to actually do a live test. So we're going to head back over to our website and try and do a test, a live transaction. Mix things up a bit, we're going to order some peaches. I confirm it's what we want, and we're going to proceed to check out. Continue. Select Pay with Yoco. It's going to prompt you for your credit card details. So we have our first successful live transaction. If you want to go look at the information, you can head over to your Yoco business portal. Slightly high up on the menu, you can see something called sales and refunds. If you go have a look-see there, you'll see there's various transactions for the day. If you want to look at particular transactions, you click on the sales history. In doing so, you'll see a breakdown per transaction of what happened. Here again, you can see there was a Wix transaction that took place. If you want to see specific information, you click on the field here. It'll show you what time, what date, the card number that was used, and the amount that was processed. Hope you found this very informative. If you have any other questions or want to review the information or the user manual, head over to our help center where you'll find the information available on Wix, WooCommerce, and other integrations. If you enjoyed this.
So this seems to be the day for technical glitches. Sorry about that. I actually had prepared a shorter version that didn't take you through the test process. So thanks for bearing with me. Does anyone else have any questions they'd like to ask?
Thank you so much, Katie. Actually, we have a few questions that have come through while you were doing the demo. So one of them being, what is the refund process?
Cool, great question. So the refund process currently is a slightly manual thing. We do not have the websites, so you cannot process a refund from your WooCommerce or Wix dashboards. You can do it for stock management purposes, but if you want to process a refund, you need to head over to your business portal and you find the relevant transaction in your sales history or your sales report, and you can actually process a refund that way.
Cool. Another one, can I use more than one payment gateway, or can I use Yoco only? So can I use multiple payment gateways or just Yoco?
You most certainly can. You can have as many as you want. It's up to you. Obviously, it starts getting a bit expensive because these things will have costs attached to them, but there's nothing stopping you from having more than one payment provider integrated. You can also just use Yoco if you want to, so you're not obligated to use more than one. It's entirely your personal choice. Like I said, it just can become expensive if you use many. Yeah.
Cool.
And also in terms of, sorry, Mash, display order, you can also prioritize which payment options you display first. We have found historically that the first payment provider displayed as a payment option generally seems to be the preferred option people will use to pay. So if you want to try and direct people to Yoco and you have more than one payment option, we suggest you actually make Yoco the first option.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I saw you just engaging with Dawn on the side around test transactions, but also keys as well. Can you please just clarify, just for everyone just to see as well,
Sure.
you know, when you do the test, using the test card versus a real card, what's the balance there?
So our test environment is a very unique environment, so it doesn't actually interact with live card information, and we can't validate live card information. So that's exactly the reason why we've given the test card details for everyone to use, and that way it will simulate the whole process, and you'll get to see what the end-to-end process looks like and how it works. So please, yeah, do head over to the business portal. That's why we actually put it on the gateway menu as well, so it's there for you to reference at any time. But yeah, that's the best way for you to test a test transaction. If you use your live cards or your actual business credit cards, they won't work because obviously we can't validate the details, so you'll get these errors. So yeah, please do make use of the test card.
One more question from Chris. Does Yoco have a recurring billing or debit order function?
Not yet, but it's something we really, really want to do. It's a key priority for us to get out the door as soon as we can this year. So yes, we don't currently have it, but it's super, super important, and we're working on it.
It's really great to know that you guys are like working on this, especially if there's people out there that really, really want it as well.
Yeah, no,
so I think we're gonna.
Sorry, there's a huge demand for it. We're well aware of it. So yeah, we want to roll it out as soon as possible.
Okay, cool. I think you're going to take us through one more demonstration, and then we're going to have a Q&A with everyone on screen.
No, I'm done, Nash. I only prepared those two, so we're all good to go to general Q&A, and we can probably bring Lungi back in. And yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's bring Lungi back in as well. Just to chat about, that last question, how important is that sort of recurring and debit order function? Is there really a big demand for it? And like, what does it look like in terms of the product team actually working on it?
Yeah. So look, when we've seen a lot of demand. I think there is a rise in people trying to offer subscription services over the platform, either through the developer SDK or providing the sale of those via WooCommerce. So it's definitely something that we think is important for us to offer for customers.
Yeah. So what comes next? I think these online payments must have like a really incredible impact. I don't know if you can speak to, what sort of uptake there's been from Yoco merchants using these new payment options. What comes next?
Yeah, we're seeing like a really good growth in number of merchants who are omni-channel, so using both online and in-person payments together. And I think for us that's really exciting because it validates the need quite clearly for us. And in terms of what next, I think it's a really interesting question. So one, we to some degree want to hold some cards a little bit closer, but I think definitely like the subscription side is something that the team is looking at and is focusing on. And then look, one thing for us that we spend a lot of time working on is the quality of payments. So, we think we have really good quality payments today, but we always believe that one can invest further and get even better. So this is definitely something that we'll continue to work on. And probably one of our big focuses is making sure that, we make sure that even more payments go through than currently go through. So I think that's always the focus for us. So we think we have a really good solution, but we definitely still want to invest in making it better.
That's amazing. Katie, here's a question for you from Inge. Do you suggest doing a test and live transaction to ensure that everything is working, or is the test function good enough?
Well, if you want to get money coming into your accounts and guys buying things with your website, you need to switch to live mode. The test mode is there literally just to give you some confidence and peace of mind that how it works and what the experience will be like for your customers. But if you don't switch to live mode, you actually won't be able to receive money or your customers won't be able to pay. So yeah, the test is there just for you to do a dry run and to get comfortable with the process itself.
Yeah, cool. Do you guys have any closing sort of thoughts or advice for developers and merchants as well that want to take this on, and small businesses that want to be omni-channel, just to wrap things up?
Cool. Well, I don't mind jumping in just quickly from my side and saying it's with Wix and WordPress and WooCommerce being such a simple and easy platform to use and to create your websites. It's a natural process and to actually just integrate with Yoco. It's so simple. It's so easy. Like we said, there's no costs, and you can be up and running and have people buying off your website in literally like 10 minutes. It's super simple.
Yeah, Lungi.
Yeah, like I think as Katie says, it's just one of those things where it's just a question of getting started. It also becomes an opportunity for you to connect with your existing customers in a different space. So one of the ways often people ask the question of how will I grow my new store? But the nice thing about being an in-person business, if you are one already, is that you can actually start recommending your website to your existing customers so that if anything happens that disrupts them coming to your store, they actually start having access to you from an online perspective. So I think it's really simple and easy to take your first steps, and from there, I think it's just really a question of growing from that point. But the sooner you take your first steps into that world, the better.
Thank you guys so much. Really, really appreciate your time, but also like the amazing work the team has gone through to get us to this point, but also empower small businesses in different ways. Thank you guys so much.
Smash.
Thank you. Cool, guys. Really hope that this has been really, really impactful for you, and you've learned a lot about how to use Yoco for your online store, but also how impactful it can be for integrating onto different online platforms as well. So again, you can click the button just like at the bottom there that says sign up for Yoco Payment Gateway, and you can get access to like all the resources that we shared today, how you can actually sign up, how you can use it, and how you can install it as well. Again, Katie did mention that you don't necessarily need a developer to do it. You can do it yourself because it's that sort of simple. And it's really, really great to see these amazing new channels that are coming up to empower and enable small businesses in a really great way. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Please share this video with as many people that are developers or entrepreneurs or small businesses that want to use Yoco for their online payments and be able to really like harness the power of these tools to grow their businesses and also empower themselves as well. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Share this video and we'll connect soon. Thank you guys so much.